come to you on Global Business. We will also take a look at issues affecting businesses in the southeastern part of Nigeria on the Eastern Business Report. And finally, activities and conversations from around the world and the market will come your way on Afia. Now, the Afia Business Morning takes center stage every weekday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. My name is Alex Obodo, standing in for Obon Kings. Welcome to Afia Business Morning. Trading on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange has opened today. The exchange in London opened an hour ago. The New York Exchange is yet to open, while in China, opening bells went off at 2 a.m. local time. First, let's take a quick look at some business news stories making the rounds, and starting from the continental economy. Ethiopia releases stock rules to woo investors. And of course, the Ethiopian Capital Market Authority ECMA has released its first regulatory guidelines for the Ethiopian Securities Exchange, ESX, in a bid to attract investor confidence in the new market, which is due to be launched imminently and is set to serve and to see several major state-owned enterprises. And from the global economy, British Airways planes stock after IT outage. The British Airways planes has been struck by a technical failure on the tarmac as flights are facing delays and disruptions across Europe, where the flag carrier owned by British-Spanish multinational airline holding AIG suffered a systems outage at the main operations center in Heathrow and temporarily lost communication with aircraft across the region. Details of these stories and more will come to you on Global Business. And away from that, let's jump right on to the floors of our featured exchanges, starting on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, where the NDX All-Share Index yesterday closed on a high, rising by 0.26% to close at 98,227.0 points. And a total of 370,517,716 shares, valued at 8,448,985,616 naira 68 kobo, were traded across 10,026 deals with equity capitalization of 59,533,534,142,981 kobo. And now, the biggest gainer of the day was Tantalizer, which rose by 10%, while other gainers were Austin Lars, Wapco, Honeyflower, and Unicel. And on the other hand, you have the NNFM topping the losers list with a decline of 10%, while other losers were the likes of Multiverse, Darcom, and Monocles. We'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we will look at activities from other selected exchanges like that of New York, London, Shenzhen, and Shanghai exchanges. The Afia Business Morning and indeed Opening Bell will be right back. Please stay tuned. Welcome back to the Afia Business Morning, and you are watching Opening Bell, and straight to the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, where it's mostly dips in index values across board. The NYSE Composite DG, of course, going down there. It was a dip of 0.01%. The NYSE US 100 Index moving up 0.01%. And Dow Jones Industrial Average moving down 0.01%. And SIP 500 Index moving down 0.01%. And NOIC FANG TM index moving down 0.09%, and Nasdaq Composite moving down 0.38% there. Nasdaq 100 moving down 1.36%. And moving on now to the London Stock Exchange, where it is all deep still index values across board. You have the FTSE 100 moving down 0.20%, FTSE 250 moving down 0.60%, and FTSE 350 at a deep of 0.27%, and FTSE All Share Index moving down 0.028%. And now moving to the China Stock Exchange, starting in Shenzhen, where it's all rises in index values. Shenzhen Component Index moving up 1.90%, and the composite index there, the size is 2.19%, and Chinex index is moving up 3.00%. Okay, China Stock Exchange in Shanghai, where it's all rises in index values across board. SSE Composite Index moving up 0.06%, SSE 50 Index moving up 0.19%, and Star 50 Index moving up 3.02%, and SSE 180 Index moving up 0.20%, and SSE 380 Index moving up 1.56%, and CSI 300 Index moving up 0.67%. And now to the precious metals, but then we'll take a very quick break. When we come back from that, we'll be looking at the commodity prices as well as consumer price watch in the open market. Do well to follow this program and join in on the conversation on our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel. Kindly type in the search bar www.youtube.com/Afia Business. Do well to like and subscribe for notifications on all business-related content. You can also follow us on Instagram at Afia Business _ to be a part of our social media community. The Afia Business Morning will be right back. You are welcome back. I am Alex Obodo, and it's still the Afia Business Morning, and you are watching Opening Bell on Afia TV. Now it's time to check in on commodity prices. It's upward movement for gold today. The precious metals, you have gold moving up 1.86%, but then silver has, had a dip of 0.04%, and platinum went down 1.00%. Palladium also went down 1.73%. The energy prices have natural gas moving up 2.55%, ethanol moving down 1.19%, coal moving up 0.49%, and oil Brent, that's the Brent crude there, moving down 0.45%. The Bonilite moving down 2.84%, and Brass River moving down 0.25%. Kwa Ibo moving down 0.25%. And the industrial metals, aluminium moving up 1.34%, lead moving down 0.50%, and iron ore moving up 0.13%, and copper moving up 0.82%, and nickel moving up 2.22%, and zinc moving down 1.61%, and tin moving down 0.17%. You are watching the Afia Business Morning. This is the Opening Bell. Do well to follow this program and join in on the conversation on our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel. Kindly type in the search bar youtube.com/Afia Business. Do well to like and subscribe for notifications on all business-related content. You can also follow us on Instagram at Afia Business _ to be a part of our social media community. Up next is a look at hikes and prices of food commodities in the open market, as well as hikes in fuel prices. On that note, I would see you tomorrow on the Opening Bell when the exchanges reopen for trading. The Afia Business Morning will be right back. My name is Alex Obodo. Stay tuned.
The Afia Business Morning. Join me every weekday on the Afia Business Morning as we bring to you a trilogy of business segments. The opening bell, where we see activities from our selected stock exchanges. The global business, where we bring you up to speed on business activities making the rounds all over the world. And we bring the conversation home on the segment Eastern Business Report, as we discuss business activities and issues bedeviling businesses in the Southeast region. My name is Ubon Kings. Join the Afia Business Morning every weekday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Exclusive to Afia TV on DSTV channel 254 and Go TV channel 17. The Afia Business Morning. Business unusual.
Thank you for rejoining me on the Afia Business Morning. Welcome to Global Business, where we take a look at business news stories around the continent of Africa and indeed the rest of the world. My name is Alex Obodo. Welcome. And And starting off the business from Africa, Ethiopia released rules to woo investors. Yes, of course, you also have British Airways planes stock after IT outage. And then the EU will be reconsidering granting Amazon lobbyists access. And of course, we will bring you details of these stories and more after this break. You are watching Global Business on the Afia Business Morning. We begin with business stories from Africa, where it is reported that the Ethiopian Capital Markets Authority, ECMA, has released its first regulatory guidelines for the Ethiopian Securities Exchange, ESX, in a bid to attract investor confidence in the new market, which is due to be launched imminently and is set to see several major state-owned enterprises. Meanwhile, the Ethiopian government has been working to launch a securities exchange for the past 4 years as part of its broader program of economic reform and liberalization, which has also involved the Ethiopian birr, ETB, being freely floated for the first time, and strategic sectors such as banking and telecommunications being exposed to competition. This looks like a very great thing for Ethiopia. Imagine opening yourself up for more business inflows, because when investors from outside of your country, if they see that you are opening up for more businesses that are potentially profitable, they will dive in. And still on more business news stories about Africa, but this time around from Central Africa. The European Union, EU, has, during a meeting between Cameroonian government ministers and an EU representative in Cameroon's capital, Yaoundé, pledged to lead or to lend 91 million euros to Cameroon over the next 3 years to boost the West African country's infrastructure and attract foreign investment. However, according to Cameroon's Minister of the Economy, Alamine Ousmane Mey, the loan will help Cameroon to develop its energy sector, road infrastructure, the construction of a bridge over the Ntem River between Cameroon and Equatorial Guinea, and a railway network connecting the country with Chad, its landlocked neighbor. However, the government has been struggling to rebuild Cameroon's road, energy and port infrastructures, which have become seriously dilapidated in recent years, as Cameroon has also been plagued by a separatist conflict in the country's west that has killed more than 6,000 people and displaced over 760,000. That's according to the International Crisis Group. Well, Cameroon seemed to be struggling quite a bit. You know, when you have a president that is so aged that he doesn't seem to be quite on the grasp of what's going on. But it's a good thing to have this quantum of fund from the EU. So it will provide you the funding you need to actually develop your infrastructure. Road is very key. And of course, rail infrastructure, very key. And then to open up other things within your country to really catalyze business activities within the Central African country. So, well, Cameroon might be just getting into the real business, but the key question here is how will they manage the resources? It's not getting the money, just like Nigeria borrows all the time. The question is, when they get the money, will they build the railroads, will they build the road infrastructure and other things they have actually put down on paper in the proposal to get this loan? Now, moving on to business news stories from the world of aerospace. The British Airways planes has been struck by a technical failure on the tarmac as flights are facing delays and disruption across Europe, where the flag carrier owned by British-Spanish multinational airline holding AIG suffered a systems outage at the main operations center in Heathrow and temporarily lost communication with aircraft across the region. Although it's not the first time the airline has been affected by systems failures, the flag carrier said the problem had been fixed much more speedily than in May 2017, August 2019, and May 2023 due to millions more being spent on extra investment in IT. There we go again. So that's a danger here, isn't it? So perhaps if those planes were on air when they lost control, I don't want to get into what could have happened. Thousands of lives may have been lost. But the good thing is that they are working on it and they have the tech gurus to take care of the glitches. But then it's quite scary. Suddenly the exchanges between the airport and the airlines can just go off because of some upgrade. I think there was a time there was an upgrade and planes couldn't fly for some time across the world. It was really scary. But then we will take a break. Remember, you're watching the Global Business on Afia Business Morning on Afia TV. Kindly join in on this conversation and watch live right now on our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel. Kindly type in the search bar www.youtube.com/Afia Business. Do well to like and subscribe for notifications on all business-related content. You can also follow us on Instagram at Afia Business to be a part of our social media community. Up next, more business stories from the automotive world and from the rest of the world right after this break. Do stay tuned.
My name is Ubon Kings.
I am Marvelous Apamaga.
I am Chioma Akbala.
My name is Ifunaya Ndule, but I'm living in our market speaking.
Welcome back to the Afia Business Morning on Afia TV. You are still watching Global Business. Now to the rest of our stories. I'm still on more business stories from the automotive world. The American manufacturer of electric vehicles, Tesla, has seen its shares climb more than 5% following a report that President-elect Donald Trump's transition team plans to prioritize establishing a new federal framework for self-driving car regulation at the Transportation Department. Meanwhile, the proposed rules could significantly benefit Tesla, whose ambitions for autonomous ride-hailing services represent a critical next step in the company's growth strategy, as Elon Musk, a staunch supporter of Trump during his campaign, has tied Tesla's future to its full self-driving FSD technology and robotaxi business. Furthermore, Tesla's market capitalization has surged past $1 trillion since Trump's election victory, with shares soaring 37% since election day and rallying 29% year to date, where before the election, Tesla had been the weakest performer among the magnificent 7 U.S. tech giants. There we go again. That's what they call it. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. And finally, you have Elon Musk and the president-elect eating from the same table. So no wonder and no surprises that the shares and stock and value of Tesla is now going over the roof. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? So are you going to get a Tesla car next? Electric vehicle. So it looks like it's going to be good business for Tesla because everything seemed to be moving and selling smoothly for the tech giant. So, I mean, why not? When you support a president to power, you will get your own share of the spoil. Yeah, that's what it is. They say it's measure for measure, tit for tat. In this part of the world, it is called scratch my back and I will scratch your own. So he helped Donald Trump to become president. So Donald Trump will make him one of the biggest business moguls in the world. And why not? What are friends for? Moving on to business stories from the rest of the world now. Germany's largest steel maker and industrial firm, ThyssenKrupp, has downgraded the value of its steel business by a further €1 billion, blaming weak earnings expectations and the costly process of going green, as the unit has suffered from rocky economic conditions, fierce competition from Asian manufacturers, and the pressure to decarbonize their activities. Now, however, the devaluation marks the conglomerate's second asset impairment in 2 years, after its steel unit dropped €2.1 billion in value last November. Meanwhile, ThyssenKrupp is notably engaged in talks with Czech billionaire Daniel Křetínský, who owns 20% of the firm's steel division, as it remains to be seen if the stake will be raised by 30%. Steel business. That's actually one sector Nigeria isn't paying attention to. You can't industrialize if you don't have a formidable steel industry. Yes, because all the big infrastructure you will build will be dependent on steel. The likes of the US, UK, Germany, they are all possessing what you call a strong steel manufacturing backbone. Even China and India, because there's a lot of construction work going on, because they have to build bridge as long as Niger Bridge, the first and second. They are all huge steel projects. So we should take I think we'll have Ajaokuta Steel Complex. What about it again? I think that's a good question to ask. But here is a steel company out there in Europe struggling. But then there are opportunities within the steel market. So why not we take advantage of ours? Well, and in an attempt to end this bulletin, the key members of the European Parliament are set to discuss restoring access to Amazon lobbyists who saw their privileges revoked last February, while they were stopped from entering the European Parliament after they failed to attend hearings. Meanwhile, on 10th October, Amazon's Director of EU Public Policy, James Waterworth, wrote to the chair of the Parliament's Employment Committee, EMPL, Lee Anderson, reiterating the company's desire to support the committee's work and renewing an invitation to visit Amazon facilities. However, the EMPL committee, under its previous 5-year mandate, twice invited Amazon to discuss working conditions in its EU facilities, but was declined. And as a result, lawmakers who wanted to discuss the working conditions of Amazon staff decided to withdraw access badges of the 14 lobbyists, a move welcomed by more than 30 trade unions across Europe. Something is happening there. But it boils down now to what happens to Amazon. At the end of the day, they have a lot of money to throw around. So at the end of the day, one believes that they will arrive at something amicable. Allow us to see your factory. A lot of factories, a lot of companies don't want you to come and look at their facilities. They believe there might be some acts of espionage. You might leak, some secrets to their competitors. They're always afraid that something not nice will happen when you allow people access into your facility. So they will look around and see where everything is placed, and the next thing, boom, your competitors are doing what you want to do. Okay? But we'll follow up on these stories as well as other stories as they unfold. We'd like you to go to our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel and watch live. And kindly type in the search bar www.youtube.com/Afia Business. Do well to like and subscribe for notifications on all business related content. You can also follow us on Instagram at Afia Business _ to be a part of our social media community. You are still watching Afia Business Morning on Afia TV. Coming up next will be the conversation on the preparations for the Aba Trade Fair on the Eastern Business Report. The Afia Business Morning will be right back. My name is Alex Obodo. Stay tuned.
My name is Ubon Kings.
I am Marvelous Akwamaga.
I am Chioma Okpala.
My name na Ifunaya Ndulebody. I'm even a market speaking.
For any broke island bachelor.
I just she have not shown sign of settling down.
Oh, you don't mean it. Power to deliver Isabelle.
I might have a solution.
You take this and spray it twice. Shake the gem. Place it on your lips and say the magic word.
Yes. I'm worried about you. Why don't you settle down?
See how stupid and dumb you sound?
You, my darling, are unlucky in life.
Our wedding, you must not cook jollof. You can eat small chops.
From the commercial nerve center of the Southeastern Nigeria, the Abia State Government and Aba Chamber of Commerce, Industries, Mines and Agriculture, ASIMA, invite manufacturers, investors, trade unions, captains of industries, and the general public to the 2024 Aba International Trade Fair Summit and Exhibition. Take advantage of these opportunities to showcase your business to the rest of the world. Improve your sales and brand visibility. Date 28 November to 7th December 2024. Venue Aba Mega Mall along Aba Umaya Expressway, Osisioma, Abia State. This message is endorsed by the Abia State Government and Aba Chamber of Commerce, Industries, Mines and Agriculture, ASIMA. For partnership, sponsorship and participation enquiries, visit www.abainternationaltradefair.com. On Facebook at Aba International Trade Fair, on X Aba International Trade Fair, or call Marcus on 0806 605 0816-4420 or Sam on 0802-826-9391. ABBA International Trade Fair. Be a part of it.
Week and another opportunity for us to gist and me to tell you, bring all the spice, all the things that are hot, trending and exclusive on social media. Sometimes I know there's constructive criticism. I know that you know how to quote it. So for the people that don't understand, I want to be like, oh, why are you doing this?
Please, I'm not a cross-dresser. I'm only doing this because of the money on Facebook.
There are some people you need to just tell the truth brutally. Let it hurt them. Give it hot.
Afia TV official, exclusive every weekday on Afia TV.
Assalamu alaikum jama'a, sunana mai martaba Sarki Abubakar Yusuf Sambo. Ina kallon Afia TV kuma ina jaddada ma jama'an mu su dinga kallon Afia TV. Allah ya taimake su a aikin da suke na kyau. Inda ba yake ne mu no Afambo His Royal Highness Sarki Abubakar Yusuf Sambo an ma watch Afia TV na kwado kwandibu. Inda ba ni ne ka hana watch Afia TV. Afia TV na mo fima dalono.
Time check, it's 2 p.m. and it's time for us to vibe, chill, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV. So Lunch Break is all about the music, it's all about fun, it's all about entertainment, it's all about entertaining gossip and stories from social, it's all about the latest trends, it's about what's lit, it's all about the games with our guests, and yes, in general, I like to say it's all about the vibes and vibes only.
Welcome to Afia TV, your go-to channel for excellent news and incredible shows that keeps you IEI, that is, informed, entertained, and inspired. Need a break?
Ladies and germs, welcome to Lunch Break on Afia TV.
Join Choco to vibe and chill on Lunch Break at 2 p.m. for the latest trends in music and entertainment.
Not like I have big money.
Dive into the world of innovation and creativity with Rochelle on Anka.
It means art in English.
Where creative minds and groundbreaking ideas come to life. Tune in every weekday at 8 p.m. Do not miss Afia TV Official, your perfect dose of laughter, where they discuss what is currently trending on social media every day at 5:30 p.m. on Afia TV.
But in this economy, the savings will save you, man.
And that's not all. Stay tuned for more exciting shows on Afia TV. Catch us on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17.
Good evening to you, viewer, and welcome to Women in Business, a show that profiles women, executives, and even the next door store owner, showcasing Igbo greatness to the world.
I started always obsessed with books ever since I was a child.
The stress of always converting naira to dollar and
an incompetent means an incompetent person.
What are your thoughts?
The Afia Business Morning. Join me every weekday on the Afia Business Morning as we bring to you a trilogy of business segments. See opening bell where we see activities from our selected stock exchanges. A global business where we bring you up to speed on business activities, making the rounds all over the world. And we bring the conversation home on the segment Eastern Business Report as we discuss business activities and issues bedeviling businesses in the Southeast region. My name is Ubon King. business. Join the Afia Business Morning every weekday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Exclusive to Afia TV on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17. The Afia Business Morning. Business unusual.
You are watching the Afia Business Morning, and this is the Eastern Business Report, designed to bring you up to speed on business activities and policies affecting businesses and the economy of the Southeastern region of Nigeria. Excuse me. It comes right after Global Business on the Afia Business Morning. And on today's edition of the Eastern Business Report, we will be looking at the preparations for the Aba International Trade Fair. And for that, of course, I am joined on the conversation by Chief Nwaka Inem, the advisor to the Governor of Abia State on Trade and Commerce. He joins me this morning from Abia State. Good morning to you, Chief Nwaka Inem. Thank you for joining us this morning on the Eastern Business Report.
Good morning, our host, and good morning, viewers of Afia TV.
Yeah.
And God bless you all.
Okay, that's right. My name is Alex Obodo, just for the record. So I believe you're talking to us from Umuahia, I guess. It's Umuahia.
I'm talking to you from the government house, Umuahia.
Okay, great. So let's know exactly what is going on in terms of preparations. Are the preparations in top gear? Should we have this sense of excitement and ecstasy about what's coming up in the Aba International Trade Fair?
Well, the preparation is on top gear, and the excitement is there all over the place because this is the first time the trade fair that has been going on in Aba for years is going international. And not only going international, going international with full support of the Abia State government as led by His Excellency Dr. Alex Oti OFR. The excitement is there is that we want to leverage, not only saying that Aba is the eastern gateway of business and this, we want to show it practically. It's like explained in the Holy Scripture that you don't just preach and pontificate, you show it by practice. If we say we are the hub of Eastern business, we should be able to have a platform where the world should know that what we do in Aba is not by pretense or by mouth. We'll be able to bring some of the local producers, fabricators. It is a known fact that no matter what is produced anywhere, that the Aba entrepreneurs have the intrinsic capacity to reproduce it exactly. But one good thing is that in the past, when we do that thing, either in tailoring or machinery, they tend to say made in Japan or made in this thing, whereas it was made in Aba. We are now making the people to grow in confidence, to label their products made in Aba. And the world will see, yes, it is really made in Aba. And that trade fair is an opportunity to demonstrate this particular aspect of our life.
All right, so let's talk about the venue or the location for the International Trade Fair. What's the state of that facility, and will it be ready for the trade fair? And I mean, from what one can see, there's a lot of space, isn't it? And are you expecting? Are you expecting that much more?
One would know that we have that type of space in our back.
That's right.
Along the express, and that space is a private development that was financed by the FCMB. Unfortunately, the developer have not been able to put it into proper use. So when we saw the location and saw the space, we thought that that is an ideal place to do there. So we got in touch with the owners and paid the necessary fee. And there are some certain things to be done, some bushes to be, grasses to be cleared, the pavements to be prepared, and we have deployed both machinery and human resources to work there 24 hours. And that work started on Monday. And I'm sure by the end of the day, the whole place will be ready. The people helping us to mount the booths have started work yesterday. So many companies that have subscribed for this thing, we are now allocating booth spaces to them to be able to prepare their booths to suit their tests and of course suit the products they want to put on display during the 10 days event. So if you look at the background, you can see movement of trucks and materials, planks to build booths of international standard. The place will be ready. All hands are on deck. The place will be ready.
So typically, how many business interests are you expecting at the trade fair? I'm sure that there should be some kind of directory where you see how many people that are interested in coming.
As I speak to you, we are still having people registering, so I cannot speak specifically, but the highlights of people that have shown interest and confirmed their participation, even not only showing interest, but committing their resources and payment of the necessary fee. I can confirm to you, both in oil and gas and motor industries, manufacturing, Nepal Oil and Gas, which is a major oil player, is a confirmed organization that will be showcasing their oil products, oil and gas products. And I can confirm to you that Honda Motors Ota is coming to showcase their made in Nigerian vehicles. And of course, you know that most state governments and federal government are trying to go the way of patronizing made in Nigerian assembly. So all those vehicular plants that are there are coming there. Honda is coming there, Rosette Motor is coming there, Emerson is coming there. So we'll now see them showcasing their latest innovation in terms of car products, even as their electric vehicles, like Rosette called yesterday, they are coming with their brand new Rosette vehicle. You know, they are building a vehicle assembly plant at Obuaku City, Moya. So that is regard. And coming to the shoe and leather and garment manufacturers, of which Aba is there's this latest industry in Aba that has what I can say in eastern part of Nigeria, the biggest automated shoe and garment factory. They have secured their booth and are preparing their, and so many other small-scale industries and manufacturers and retailers that are coming. So there is going to be a variety, a cocktail of different. The trade fair is not mono-product trade fair. It is ranging from hospitality, machinery, assembly plant, and all this. But the most important thing there is the interest is coming up, especially since Monday that we moved in equipment to prepare the place. So the enthusiasm is growing, and we are looking forward to a successful outing. You know, apart from the product exhibition, you know, we are organizing a summit, bringing in some experts and to come and speak and interact with the people and tell them the best way to do their particular type of business. And it's going to be an exciting 10 days.
I mean, thank you for you know, putting all that in perspective. But I believe also you are doing this in partnership with the Aba Chamber of Commerce, isn't it? I think it's
yes, this is a joint project of, if you look at our flyers, it's read Aba International Trade Fair, sponsored by Aba Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, SEMA, in conjunction with the Abia State government. we formed a joint committee made up of executive and members of the chambers and functionaries of the government. The only thing is that we don't want to call ourselves senior partner. The chamber yielded the leadership of this organization to the government members, and that's why I'm the chairman of the joint committee. It's not like but of course, if you know the executive governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Oti Oefaro, it's either he's involved or he's not involved. Because the government is involved in organizing it, so we want to make sure that the package reflects the new Abia, which is very close to excellence. That is what the new Abia represents. The new Abia doesn't like mediocre approach to anything. Anything we want to do, we do it very well. Of course, with international and global best practices.
Great. I mean, great that you've mentioned the governor here. And it looks like there is a new wave in Abia, generally speaking. And now we are seeing the partnership between the Abia State government and the private sector in a more ambitious sense. So what will this trade fair bring? Will it further cement and crystallize that relationship for the good of Abians?
Yes, the government of Abia State, as led by His Excellency Dr. Alex Oti Oefaro, who is coming in from the private sector. If you remember, he resigned as the chief executive of one of the foremost banks, then Diamond Bank, after serving as an executive director in First Bank. So he came into this job well with a lot of private sector experience. And his approach to governance, and which was what Abians has been praying for. Hitherto, we've had governors that were approaching governance from the lousy civil service point of view, that things that should be done in a minute takes years, and sometimes the results are low standards. So he came in raising the standards of governance, changing the approach and essence of governance, which is about providing quality service to the people, which is about getting value for every money one spends, whether it is from their private pocket or from a public pocket. And that is how the approach has been yielding results. You can see turnaround. People have been asking, well, with the road infrastructures that is now going on, all other public sector that is now going on, where are they getting the money? It's just change of approach and reorganization of your priorities. And that is why, and the essence of putting all those structures back in place is to give the support base for international and local investors. Every other thing that made the business in Aba and Abia State go down the drain, we are trying to rebuild it. And this trade fair will give the investing public the confidence to really come back to Aba. And they are coming back. The rules are changing. The public facilities are changing for good. And God will not allow us to go back to Egypt as far as public governance is concerned. We are moving forward in Abia State. And this trade fair is going to be used to demonstrate that we have passed that stage of primitive governance.
So, I mean, let's talk about the timing of this trade fair. In some other places, trade fairs hold at the beginning of the year. Was the timing deliberate to hold it towards the end of the year?
The timing is deliberate, is that we are looking at our people. You see, has one of the largest numbers of diaspora indigenes doing also come home to see things for themselves. From first week of December, you will see an influence of Abia indigenes living in all parts of the world. So we program it in such a way that apart from the investing public, the Nigerian public, that are people living abroad will be able to see what Abia presently can afford. Because the truth of the matter, you cannot develop a community without the people equally. If Abians that are doing well all over the world, investing in all parts of the world, doesn't have the confidence in investing in their own state, other investors that you are trying to market will be looking at you with second eye. So we are using this opportunity in such a way that in the Abians and diaspora will see in practical terms what the new Abia is all about. So the timing, I can say, is deliberate.
Okay, just before we end this conversation, if perhaps there are people who want to participate in this trade fair, how will they get on board? Is there like a contact or a portal they can log on to or something to talk with your committee?
In this time around, jointly in the joint committee, we engaged two consultants, a marketing consultant and an operational consultant, and their names have been in the media space, and their phone numbers have been in the media space, and I would like to call it out if it becomes necessary in this program, but otherwise they are ample. Okay, the Aba International Trade Fair website is there. We have a website. Marcos Ijoma is the marketing consultant. His phone number is, let me just get his phone number so that those watching that wants to reach him can reach him. Of course, my own number is there. Marcos can be reached on 0806 605 4420. And we even have the veteran writer, who is the chairman of the publicity committee, readily available to answer your phone calls and inquiries. Maze Dodo Okafor, his phone number is 0703 328 9677. And of course, I can be reached. I'm readily available to.
Yes, you can. I would like you to call those. I would like you to call those numbers again, for the benefit of those who didn't pick it the first time.
Dodo Okafor can be reached on 0703 328 9677. Marcos Ijoma can be reached on 0806 605 4420. And my humble self can equally be reached on 0803 306 6824.
So specifically, when is the trade fair beginning and when is it ending as we go now?
The trade fair is starting on Thursday, 28th of November, and will run up till 7 December. On that Thursday, 28th of December, His Excellency, 28th November, His Excellency Dr. Alex Oti will lead the government and all other invited guests at the opening ceremony. And of course, it will be followed by a business summit whereby experts will be involved in discussing Nigerian business, our business ecosystem. There will be question and answers. Of course, all the other companies that are in the fair will be showcasing whatever, and this will run up to 7th December. And I expect that some other companies that are yet to buy a space. The good thing about that place, even if we have prepared the booth for, say, 100 companies to exhibit, we still have ample space to expand and accommodate more people. We can accommodate up to 150% of the people that are already shown interest, and we have enough of space. That is why we are using tractors and graders and mowers to clear as much space as possible. So we are ready to take almost a sizable percentage of business concerns that wants to do business in Aba and the eastern part of Nigeria.
All right, then. That's a good place to leave it. And I have to thank you so much, Chief Nwaka Inem, the advisor to the governor of Abia State on Trade and Commerce, as we looked at the preparations for the Aba International Trade Fair. Thank you so much, sir, for talking to us, and I wish you all the best in planning and executing the Aba International Trade Fair. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alex, and God willing, I will look forward to seeing you in Aba, and you'll be my special guest.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
God bless you.
All right. And of course, you are still watching the Afia Business Morning live from Enugu, Nigeria. Coming up next is Onya Afia. My name is Alex Obodo. Please stay. Of course, remember to follow us on all our social media handles. Thank you for watching, and good morning.
Thank you.